full endorsement from los pochos hermanos, dude.
We are telling you, don't sleep on this sport.
No tengo miedo a morir porque este es mi mundo. Mis hijos no estarán solos sin mí ni un segundo. Todos son de mentiras, no les doy ni un minuto. Siempre he sabido que soy yo versus este mundo. No tengo miedo a morir porque este es mi mundo. Mis hijos no estarán solos sin mí ni un segundo. Todos son de mentiras, no les doy ni un minuto. Siempre he sabido que soy
I was
yo.
like, hey, you know what? I'll give us this though. I typed in bitch, right? Because I was trying to find all the bad words, and it found I think like two, maybe.
Look at us,
Look
dude.
at us being
Look at
progressive,
us.
dog.
Feminists, dude. We're feminists, bro.
Los Pochos hermanos are
We're for
woke,
the
dog.
females, dude.
Hey,
Empowerment.
we're here for our sisters, right?
And
Brothers,
we even
sisters.
probably were calling ourselves a bitch, dude, you know?
I know, dog. It was we didn't even refer to women at that time, right? And but I was like, dang, that's crazy, dog. Because I was like, when it came to the other ones, there was like an immense amount, and then you came to that, it was two, and I was like, all right,
Respectful,
cool.
dude, you know?
We're respectful young men. But I had a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. Well, the first thing I wanted to is that I think everybody and their mom is sleeping on the BKFC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dog.
100%. How are you
Like,
feeling
it
about it?
just is so. I've been doing the Mike Perry stuff. Like, every Mike Perry fight I've been watching.
Same.
So he had a couple of crazy ones, like MVP just came over to the UFC, and that fool fought MVP and won, bro. Like it
Mm.
was just, I think people are sleeping on him. And MVP is like a really good striker.
Oh, just for reference, Michael Venom Page once kneed somebody in their head and dented their skull.
Yeah, bro. It
So
was wasn't it Cyborg? His name was Cyborg.
I think it was Chris Desmondes. Was it?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I think we're close though. But
Anyways, so just but what Mike Perry did going over to the BKFC and how he just changed up his style a little bit, and for some reason his style is crazy for bare knuckle. It made me start watching the fights, and they go so hard. It's such it's everything just sounds so nasty, dude, and it looks like it hurts them, dude. They go down to their knees, you know, when they get popped.
no, 100% dog. And I had talked to you about this during the last event where I was like, dog, just by them showing highlights and us watching the fights, there were so many people that are like, no, you know what? They'll tell the ref, I'm done. And you don't see
Yeah.
that in any dog. When have you seen that in boxing recently? When have you seen that in UFC recently? So there has to be something to the bare knuckle aspect of it
Yeah,
that
bro. It has to
people
be.
has to be.
You could just see their reaction when they get hit by it. It feels way more like a street fight when you're
Mm,
watching this. Like you'd be like, you know who would win in a street fight,
yeah.
right? Because it's just like grimy, and those shots just go back, and it sounds like it breaks their eye socket. You know, it's crazy.
You know what you don't see? Which you could see, but you don't see like a lot in the UFC, people are going like this, right?
That's true.
Right. They're going right. And then the bah, but they're filling you out. They're going like, Doug, this you don't see that. These motherfuckers are because they know they need a block
They're
or
clenched
they're gonna
up.
get split open right away,
Yeah,
right? They're gonna get
yeah,
dog. You only see that those kind of cuts with like elbows and shit, once in a while with punches, but for the most part, they throw a slicing elbow in somebody's
those
boom
elbows will
right
cut you
here.
open.
And BKFC dog, they get them with one boom. They feel it looks like they break their orbital and they slice them open.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you know what? It looks like it's not just well, it doesn't seem like it's a secondary league. It seems like there's some really good fighters over
Mhm.
there, like some
Yeah.
really talented guys. You know what I mean? That I think would probably be top 10 in the UFC or maybe top
Yeah.
15 or something.
Well, you know what? One thing that Joe Rogan always says is he's like, there's motherfuckers everywhere. There are
Yeah,
some badass dudes everywhere, all these different organizations. And I think because it's not UFC, I don't think people even give one championship enough credit, you know? And these other organizations, there are some bad dudes there, and they just don't the fights that we watched this past weekend, they were freaking dope, dog. They did not disappoint. Even the chicks, that Cuban chick, what was her name? Like Christine Vicens or something.
Oh,
Why you smile?
you're talking about the last nights, the BKFCs.
BKFC, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Christine
yeah,
V
the
says
chicks got
she
down
beat
too, man.
Melanie
Yeah,
Shaw. Dog, they were getting down.
yeah,
You know what
that's
I
dope.
noticed? Culturally wise, I guess. In the UFC, if there's like a somebody from Dagestan or Brazil, they're also Dagestan, wrestling, Brazil, the jiu-jitsu. And this BKFC dog, I noticed a lot of the Cubans making a like good, I don't want to say statement, but they were the chicks, the dudes, all of them, the Cubans were kicking. So that's something like I think if you're a betting man, like I think we might be, that's something to keep an eye out for.
Bro, what a good observation. You're right. Because now that I think about it, all the Cubans got down, bro. Like they look strong, bro. They
Hmm.
are looking like they're making a statement. I would like to see them kind of come up in professional boxing too, dude. Like I wonder if they're making a push right now or something. Because you're right. There was a lot of Cubans that just seemed like they're made for this sport specifically last night.
Even
It was,
that Alberto Blas or whatever his name is,
yeah,
the El Indio, he lost to Kai Stewart, but they were dogs, dog.
yeah.
They were dogs. It was the yeah, definitely dog. And then Kai Stewart is somebody that if you see him on the street, dog, you'd be like, don't even look at me twice, motherfucker. I'll fuck you up, And then dog, but he's a motherfucker, right?
I
He's
don't
a
feel that way about anyone anymore, bro. Everyone
you
trains
can't,
nowadays,
right?
dog.
You can't
Yeah.
100%. Like
Uh-uh.
Mikey Musumeci. Dog, you see him? Get the fuck out of
Dude.
here with your Clark Kent glasses, dork. And then he'll fucking
Mikey
have you.
Musumeci, yeah.
He'll have you
You
a
would never,
pretzel.
he seems like he's a little, not what you would expect to be a freaking cold-blooded killer.
Our
And
glitter.
he freaking,
A
uh,
cold-blooded glitter, dog.
cold-blooded clitter, dude.
That was your nickname in high school, wasn't it?
Um, but yeah, bro, Mikey Musumeci just doesn't look like you would think the same thing, right? That's why you can't think that about anybody, dude. Everybody trains nowadays.
No, 100%. Especially if you see the cauliflower ear, you're like, all right then. That's just telling me already this fucker trained. So but no, but the BKFC dog, I think, and you know what's crazy? I put that on the Carl page, the Cavino Unrich listener page. I had put a link and I was like, hey, or no, I had put don't sleep on these BKFC fights, watch the
Yeah.
event tonight. Dog, like two people liked it, and like one person hit me up for a link. And I was like, dog, just because we didn't know who 90% of these people were doesn't mean, dog, they were some bad fights. So I think people, you know what? In a few years, dog, when everybody's it's right here with the UFC, you're gonna say you heard it on Los Pochos Hermanos first, because dog, we are telling you, don't sleep on this sport.
Yeah, I believe way more in it than that slap fight stuff. You know what I mean? And
100%.
I do think this actually has the potential to go somewhere. Full endorsement, dude. The BKFC is legit and very entertaining. Very entertaining, and they're usually on different nights than UFC. You don't usually overlap. So that's another
That's
plus,
my
dude.
favorite
Like,
part.
yeah, it's good. Full endorsement from Los Pochos Hermanos, dude.
100%. And then speaking of UFC, dog, they had their first ever Saudi Arabian fight in Saudi Arabia, dog, and it was a good card. But Robert Whittaker, man, Robert Whittaker is the
Robert,
MF, dog.
Bobby Knuckles, dude. Bobby Knuckles, the
Bobby
boogeyman.
Knuckles, dog. I was
That's
so
got to be one of
pissed.
the coolest nicknames, bro. Bobby Knuckles,
I know.
the Reaper too, right? It's the
The
Reaper.
Reaper. Yeah. But no, Doug, I sat down with my little tray of like a couple of carrots and a broccoli, right, with a little ranch. All right, dog. Watch Bobby Knuckles, dog. All right. I opened that shit, dog, and the fight was over. I was like, dog, I literally just opened it and I was like, man, I was so pissed because I was gonna sit there and enjoy at least 2 rounds, right? Nah. It was dope.
Dude, did you see the way they did the slow motion breakdown? And you could actually
Mm-hmm.
see everything they were saying, like how
Mm-hmm.
he's just thinking about it, and he's just been in there so much that he knew he hurt him with the high kick,
Mm-hmm.
and then he didn't go on attack right away. He kind of just measured things out, threw a couple things. I'll try to kick again, missed. All right, and then you could just see him. You see him kind of do a little of an uppercut, like it's there, and
Yeah.
then you see him measure it up, and then boom, perfectly placed uppercut.
That whole exchange happened in like 4 or 5 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Had all that, and that's what they said. As soon as it happened, I think it was Daniel Cormier. He was like, "That's experience right there. That's experience at its highest level, going through all that."
I guess let me rephrase what I said. I don't think he's thinking about that in a split second. I think he's done it so many times that the next step is second nature to him. Yeah, he's not thinking about it no more.
Yeah,
It's his impulses, dude. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Which is
100%.
crazy. If you've
Well,
done it that long,
that's what they say about like jujitsu, right? And you want to go through this, or any sport, any combat sport, right? You want to go through it so you're not thinking about it. It's
yeah,
just like when you tie your shoes, right? You're tying your shoes, you're like, oh yeah, so hey, so we're gonna go what, Jack in the Box? All right, cool. You're not thinking about it because you've done it so many times, right?
yeah, that's crazy, you know? And I think that's the like, did you see that Logan Paul Bradley Martin thing? Have you been following that thing at all?
I what do you mean by following it? Because I know what happened, I've heard everything, but I just
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's that. Remember Bradley Martin thought just because he was big and strong that he could like take on Mighty Mouse and Nate Diaz and shit. I don't know if
yeah,
you've seen those clips
yeah, yeah,
where
yeah.
he's like, I will whoop your ass, and then Nate, is like not even close, whatever, right? Like
You got
I'd fuck
close,
you up.
dog. You got close.
So Logan Paul has like he's done combat sports, bro,
Yeah.
and just the simple fact that he's done it so many times, apparently he like destroyed Bradley Martin, bro. And
Hmm.
it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
It's the
And
repetitions of doing it over and over and over again.
think about it, not only the repetitions of doing the like the boxing and shit that he does, and dog, even in like the WWF and shit that he's fucking over there doing backflips and shit. He's just a super fucking athletic guy. And when you're somebody Bradley Martin size, you're not, I mean, unless you work at it like very hard, you're not that flexible. You're not fuck, you know what I'm saying? He's just a big
There's
dude.
just
That's his
patterns you
shit.
see, repetitions you do over and over and over again. When somebody throws this, I do this, but it's natural. It's a natural flow, dude. And if he's not, that's like his first time and he doesn't really do that and he just thinks he's big, he's gonna get destroyed, bro. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I guess
Which he did,
taking that
apparently.
back to the Bobby Knuckles thing, like that's what they were saying. That's how many repetitions he's done it. He's just so experienced in there, bro. So how do you
Yeah.
see him moving forward, dude? He's lost to Adesanya. He's lost to um Dricus.
Hmm.
Are you really interested in him being a backup fighter there? Like,
Yeah.
he kind of got destroyed by all three, like all three of those fights.
I think that was what Brendan Shaw
Oh, you
was
know
saying.
what? No, the second fight with Adesanya, we thought he won. Remember?
I don't remember it.
Dog, that's the one where I had that one to win 18 grand. Remember? You watched it with me here.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm so
Remember that
sorry. Yeah,
one?
I wanted to be honest. I didn't want to just say yeah, and then you go with the follow-up question, and then I'm like, oh fuck. You know what I'm saying? All right,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it was a three fight parlay. That was I had Bobby Knuckles to win the second fight.
I
And I
remember
thought,
that now.
remember?
Yeah,
And
I do remember.
they gave it to Adesanya and we were like, Adesanya. And dude, we were like, what? So
Yeah,
maybe he won that second fight, but he got knocked out by Dricus and he got knocked out by Adesanya. I want him to hold back and I want him to do Hamza. I want to see him versus Hamza, bro.
but what do you think about Hamzat's possible retirement? You don't? Do you
You
think?
really think so, dude? He's like a phenom. He is a phenom.
Okay, I don't think he's gonna retire, but I just think Hamzat shit is so weird, and how they need to schedule fights and shit, dog. Because can he right now not
Yeah.
even get into America and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like, hey, I'm gonna fuck you up when you come to my country. Like, dog, like how can you be the baddest like MF there, dog, with saying like when you come here, like, like I'll beat anybody in the world as long as they're willing to travel.
But I think he's because he's on the no-fly list or whatever for the like for the government and shit, right?
What did he do?
I don't know. He's not. I don't think he's allowed in the country.
In America or in any other country?
In America.
Yeah, because I know he's
That's
gonna
why he
come to
can't come
America,
here.
but
I don't think he's allowed to come in here. I thought that's one of the reasons is that he's like some like do not enter
well,
list.
I know for some reason he can't enter, but I didn't know what it was. But I'm like, dog, so what the hell are they supposed to do with him?
Yeah, I mean,
if he wins a bout,
you're
like
fighting once a year, twice a year, maybe, and then you get one of the two times you get injured, bro. Like he gets injured so much, dog.
yeah,
But he's such
yeah,
a motherfucker, man. He is such a beast.
yeah, yeah, and that's the thing, dog. He remember, you know what I love about him, dog, is that you could tell he's like actually like a nice dude, but he tries to play up the heel. You know, he's like, I kill fucking everybody. And you're like, nah, calm down. You can't
Hey,
kill.
that sounded just like it, bro.
But it is funny though, dog, because like he's a badass, right? And you know, but he's like, it's kind of like he's a nice guy at heart, and it's kind of like you're just like you see the people that actually are like assholes, and maybe they play it up, but this dude's like he needs to be a baby face, you know, like here for the people's champ, and he tries to do the opposite, and it's just hard to watch, you know.
Hey, that time, he's scary though, bro. The time where I forgot who he was, but he picked him up, carried him
Walked him
over
over. Yeah.
to where Dana was talking shit to Dana and fucking took his ass
Yeah.
fucking down, dude. That
Now, you
shit's
know what
crazy,
was
dog.
a fuck? I mean, his fights are always so dope, dog. But do you remember the Gilbert Burns fight?
Ah, that was such a good fight.
Dog,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
thought Gilbert won that.
that dog, that was such a like first when it started, dog, I wanted to hate Hamza in that fight because it starts, dog, he's sitting up on the cage, on top of the cage, and I'm like, look at this motherfucker over here, right? And then, dog, they both come out like dogs, and it was so dope. That was, dog, that was a fight that I can watch over and over. I love that. Was such a good fight. Kelvin Gastelum. And in his recent fight, he was heavier, and even I don't know if Michael Bisping was saying, oh, you know, he's if he doesn't get it done by round two, he's gonna start gassing out. And then he didn't.
He kept his gas on.
He didn't the whole fight, dog. He finished all three rounds and he looked
Yeah,
good. He was shooting in round three. He shot for like what, like two takedowns and got him.
he's a
And
dog,
it
but he
was
needs to
dog
be more professional for sure. He does.
100%.
Cause I think remember he fought at 170 for the longest time and he kept missing weight. Or he
Yeah.
missed weight twice or something, and they said you're moving up to 185. 185, he did pretty good for a small guy at 185. And then he said that he was ready to be professional and drop back down to 170. And I think that is this his first try?
Welterweight with Sean Brady. Yeah.
So this is his second. Is this? So I think this is barely his second time dropping to 170, and he already doesn't make it.
Yeah.
That's where you're like, he's got to be a little bit more professional than that, you
Yeah,
know.
dog. The second fight back.
The word on the street is that it's just because he just doesn't like take it seriously all year round,
Yeah. He likes to
which
eat.
is it's understandable, dude. So do I, you know.
I know. Well, no shit. Like we could sit here, dog, and talk
he's
shit
a
to him for eating.
he's bad, dude. He's crazy, and he's from our
Yeah.
hometown, dude. White Town,
Yeah.
baby.
I got to meet him in December. It was dope, dog. He's a little fucking dude.
He was at the like a comedy show or something.
No,
Where was he?
he was doing
Oh, you're right. I remember this story now. Yeah,
he was doing like a
go ahead.
charity event where he was like
Hmm.
he came back home and had like was giving had like a toy drive. And so like he went through and he bought like a gang of shit for kids, and
That's
then
what's up.
dog,
That's
and it was
dope.
cool. It was cool as fuck. So he had his truck, right? And we started packing his truck. We, dog. Yeah, we're getting all the stuff, dog. And but dog, dog, I backed up his truck, dog. I was
So
like,
we fucking
dog. So I was a, hey
so
KG.
we
I
go
was like,
cruising in his truck, dog.
dog, right?
He's in the passenger seat.
No, they were loading his truck up, dog. But when we brought shit, you know, they're stacking it or whatever. Such a cool dude, dog. So personable, and you want to like root for him. And then shit like this, though, you're like, damn, dog, like you
The
gotta
miss
help
weight shit.
yourself too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because
Mhm.
he's a good dude, and it's just like, yeah, dog. It just it sucks, and it's like, well, fuck, man. Go up a class, go up a weight. Like, what did Michael Bisping say? Calvin was hoping to have this one at 205.
He said Kellen proposed 205 or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
funny.
like, duh. And it, you know, though, dog, I'm like, he's a thick dude. Even dog, I remember Rogan saying, like, fuck, years ago when he first started missing weight, he was like, the dude loves his burritos and shit. Oh, you know what? I mean, staying on the fight, dog. I don't want to talk fights the entire time, but staying
Yeah,
on
that's
the
true.
fights. Um, what do you think about Mike Perry and Jake Paul?
Bro.
I think, dog. I know
Okay,
Jake Paul can
go
fight.
ahead.
I
Yeah.
know Jake Paul can fight, but I think Mike Perry's gonna fuck him up.
I think pure boxer, if I'm being real, Jake is probably the better pure boxer. But I don't think he knows what a psycho Mike Perry is, bro.
Hmm.
Like he is psycho. Did you know he was the backup for Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis? Was that who it was?
Oh, it was because wasn't he talking crap about like um
He got sued and
Dylan's lady
shit,
or something
right?
or some? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mike Perry was the backup for that fight.
Hmm.
So like we could have saw that Jake Paul versus Mike Perry even then if Dylan Dennis wouldn't have showed up.
I feel like Mike Perry is gonna be an underdog because of the casuals putting all their money on Jake Paul, right? And
Because they think he needs to win because of the Mike Tyson fight. They think it's like they're just giving him an easy fight.
but in my mind, Mike Perry's
Ah,
up there with the Sean Stricklands with their little bit. They have a couple of screws loose,
yeah, dude.
and I don't think Jake Paul or the Jake Paul fans that are the more casuals or even sports fans that are just like maybe not fighting diehards don't know about Mike Perry, dog. And I think if he is plus in this, you have to take it if you're betting.
Luke Rockhold just beat Joe Schilling in Karate Combat. He knocked his ass out.
Mhm.
The crazy ass kickboxer Joe Schilling,
Yeah.
right? And Luke Rockhold knocked him out. Fucking Mike Perry beat the shit out of Luke Rockhold
Yeah. Yeah.
in bare knuckle fighting, dude. It's holy
Yeah.
shit. These guys are legit. He's legit.
Yeah.
He's just a crazy, crazy motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, he is, dog. Do you remember? I think he was still in the UFC when he was like getting in bar fights and shit, dog. Like he beat up some
Yeah,
dude or something. Like,
yeah.
and do you remember, dog? He had his lady corner him. Dog, dog,
When he was in between gyms, doc, he
dog.
had his
That's
lady fucking. It was
crazy.
just his lady.
Could you
Oh, that's
imagine,
so
dog?
funny.
You come out, dog, and instead of
He didn't give a
having
fuck, huh?
you have your lady out there, dog, like fucking the hot dog eating contest. I come on, Joey. Remember his wife, Joey Chestnut's fucking lady, that little Asian
Joey
lady.
Chestnut's lady.
Oh,
Come on, Joey.
come on, Joey, the hot dog, Joey. And then this
No,
fool over
dude,
here,
a good fight for people to watch to see who Mike Perry is. I think he even loses this fight, but him versus Alan Joban. Ooh, dude.
Alan Joban. I
He
don't know if I've
that's
seen
the
that fight.
that's dude. He shows you what a dog he is in that fight. Like his face
Was
is
it a bare
splat
knuckle
by
fight?
no, it was in the UFC. Him versus Alan Joban was a banger, dude. I just heard a Kobe story. Carmelo goes all the way in on the story, dude. He goes, "We were at the Olympics," and he goes, "It was Coach K, dude." And if you remember, JJ Redick played for Duke under Coach K,
Yeah.
and they said that JJ that Coach K kept on fucking gassing up JJ Redick. Like,
Mm.
dude, I'm telling you guys, he's the hardest working NBA or hardest working player I've ever been around. And Carmelo goes, he goes, y'all better fucking back me up on this shit and not leave me out to dry. So he goes all the way in with his story. And he goes, Kobe could not fucking stand JJ Redick, dude. He
Mm.
couldn't stand him. And since he was the hardest working player of all time, dude, when Coach K started saying like, "Oh, this fool's the hardest working player I've ever been around," and Kobe was like, "All right, bet." And that in practice, dude, that he did not let JJ Redick score one fucking time, dude. They said
Oh,
he
for
was running.
real?
He was like running through screens, like he was full bore, full game, full defense, like competition, and that he's like, watch what I do, this little motherfucker. Like that, he was telling
Mm.
like the other USA guys, dude.
Dog. Well, have you seen, dog, that clip where Kobe, it's another TMU USA shit where they tell him to go look up on or no, they don't tell him. They're asking him something about like going all out or some shit, right? And when they're playing Pau Gasol, they're playing Spain. And he fucking looks up on Pau Gasol and knocks him over. You haven't seen that shit? And then they're like, "What the fuck?" And then I think Pal's one time in the story, he's like, on this court, we're not friends, you know, like he's like, yeah, we
Not your
might be
Spanish
teammates,
accent, dog.
dog.
You sounded like Dagestani, bro.
Dog, what accent? I just
You
bring it
sounded
out
like
during
Andre the
different
Giant,
stories.
homie. You sounded like Andre the Giant.
And he said, I'm running through Powell's fucking chest.
And he said, I'm running through that motherfucker.
He just went right to the middle of my chest, tried to get right through me to send a message. To not just to me, but to his teammates. Say, hey, this might be my brother. I play with him, we're close, but I don't care about anything else. But when
Yeah, dog, that's crazy. But I definitely want to check out the freaking podcast. And I'm curious,
Yeah.
dog, with the hire, just because I was telling you, I don't know much about his coaching style and shit, dog. I don't know, but
I don't think he's been a coach.
but
He hasn't even been a coach.
ever like
I don't think so.
Little
He
League.
just retired from the league.
He never coached like girls tennis or nothing, dog. Like he has no coaching experience, dog.
I don't think I think he has zero, homie.
Dog. And then, dog, your first job is of the Lakers. Dog?
Lakers, dog.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I told you, dog, I'm like, I don't know much about his coaching. And I don't know, dog. I figured he had put in some work, not just had the pod with LeBron. And he's like, hey, you know what? When we're done with this, dog, you want
He
to coach my
looks
team?
pretty smart. You know, like, damn, bro.
Yeah, he did that double penetrate or whatever you're saying.
But you were hearing people on ESPN though, and they're going like he has a really great basketball mind. Like so I guess he does know the X's and O's really well.
Yeah, well, obviously, if he's having to break down terms and shit before the podcast,
But that's gonna be
100%.
mad awkward, dude, if LeBron gets him fired like every other coach, dude, and what are they gonna do about the podcast and shit? Oh,
Him, JJ Redick, Darvin Ham, and fucking Frank Vogel, they're all gonna start their own podcast.
coaching LeBron.
Coaching LeBron, that's the name of it. Oh,
Yeah, bro.
I wanted to maybe talk a little bit of Betty, not necessarily anything in particular, but just I was telling you earlier today, dog, that when it comes to, I love betting on fights, and basketball are probably my favorite. Baseball, and I sometimes I'm like a little iffy with baseball, but soccer, I don't want to touch soccer, dog, because soccer is so scary to me, because the lines will come out and it'll be like home plus 240, you know, draw plus 350, away plus 195. And like, dog, how the fuck are you gonna have a plus on every possible outcome?
Yeah, dude. That's how close soccer is. That's why people sleep on soccer, dude. It's so freaking good, dude. Like I was telling you earlier, you got the Euro Cup. The Euro Cup is on right now. That's all the European leagues. It's done out of the UEFA Confederation. You got freaking Spain, bro. You got Belgium. You got the Netherlands. You got France. You got Italy. You got Portugal. Dude, it's so entertaining, but those matchups are so tight, bro, that they can't give you like minus odds, dude. Everything's plus because you don't know. Like yesterday, France versus Netherlands ended up in a draw, and France is freaking ridiculously good. So that's really exciting. If you're a bettor, dude, oh my God! Right now with the Euro Cup, and then Copa America just started. Copa America is the same thing, but for the South American Confederation. And you got Brazil, you got Argentina, dude, Uruguay, Ecuador, Colombia, Peru.
I just want to bet on them because their name sounds fucking cool. I say
dude,
Uruguay.
Then they invite people from the CONCACAF Confederation.
Not the Coca-Cola didn't come?
CONCACAF.
Okay.
And so the US plays in that one. They play tomorrow. Mexico plays in it, Canada. I don't know if they invite Central America because I want to say, I don't know. But anyways, that one's hard too. So you got fights every weekend. You got soccer right in the middle of like two really big cups, with all the top teams playing. So there's tons of stuff. And I know you stay betting on baseball, huh?
I do, dog, because for baseball, for me, I honestly I don't even know a whole lot about baseball, but I just I'm a big fan of fucking teasing the lines and shit in the fucking spreads. Like, dog, if they have the Diamondbacks are plus 1.5 at minus 115, well, freaking plus 4.5, dog, is gonna be like minus 325. Just throw more
Yeah.
money at that shit, and it's like almost a guarantee, you
They
know?
say the parlays are a sucker's bet. They want you to be making them, but they're fun, dude. They're fun,
Dog,
right?
dog,
Yeah.
that's where I fucking that's those are like the only ones I fucking win, dog. Because I dog 3 to 4 leg parlays. I'm like
Bro,
90% on those,
you'll
dog.
send me a 19 leg parlay sometimes.
Dog, the other day I want to fucking the other day dog. Let's see what I have right now. I have one right now, dog. I
Show you
had
the
one.
majority of my bets, dude. My bets are like one-offs. You see how I just bet like the like just win or lose? No, it's fun, bro. But I haven't
No,
done it in a
I
minute now.
freaking 2 days ago I won a plus 1,000 like 16 or something.
A 16 leg parlay?
No, it was a one like 1016 or some shit was the
Oh,
I think I sent you a picture of it. It was like, dog, like
maybe.
$5 won me like fucking almost $60 right here. No, that's plus 120. That one's weak. I won that one too, though, because I'm a G. This one plus 1027, dog. I put $5. It paid 56.35.
See, yeah, when
Ah,
you do it for fun, like for five, $10 bets with those kind of, that's fun. That's a
that's
lot of fun.
fun. Five
Yeah.
dollars that got me $50. I was like, all right, cool.
But how many times do those hit? You know?
Pretty often. Well,
For real?
not 1,000, but because I usually try to manipulate it to where it's 3 or 4 legs and it still ends up like plus 140 to maybe plus 265. That area, I know like you have like there was a dude that came out on Joe Rogan and he was talking about like, hey, if Tom Brady has like a long fucking pinky fucking fingernail longer, the point spread goes up by half a point, and like they get fucking crazy. But for the
It is
most
crazy.
it is like he's like people I remember that guy. People are fucking stupid because they don't know that buying half a point at $7 is really worth 650 or whatever, and I was like, what?
It was way too hard, huh? Some of it was even hard to follow, bro.
I know, dog. I was like, I think the Indiana Fever are gonna win.
Well, since we're talking about betting, what do you think? I would like to see what the Mike Perry Jake Paul is right now. If Mike Perry's is plus money, like significant, I might take a little. I would probably recommend a smaller bet, but take a swing at that, whatever it is. I bet you it's like
I
plus
want
two over plus 250 or something.
Mike Perry is plus 210 right now, dog. I think
That's
that's
what. See, I had a feeling it'd be somewhere around there because people aren't educated on the thing. That's like a nice little bet, bro. Just straight up plus 210.
dog. How about doing a fucking parlay with Mike Perry on that fight and then Jake Paul on the Tyson fight? Because Jake Paul's minus 260, dog. I think it should be like a minus 700.
For the Mike Tyson one.
Yeah,
He's minus 260,
minus 260. That's all.
but he is the favorite.
Yeah. Mike Tyson's only plus 200. Mike should be plus like 50,000, dog. He's fucking 80 years old.
Yeah, bro, he's old, man. Hey, check out this hat
Oh,
my dad sent for my birthday, dude. This is a nice little. Oh, you can't really see it, huh?
put it in front of your face. There you go. Oh, that shit's dope. Hey, your
It's like
dad
a
trying
cream
to.
and black, and it's the snake, dude, with the. That's tight, huh?
That is fucking dope. Yeah, dog. I'm gonna buy that same hat and I'm gonna show up to your pad when your parents come up.
What else you got, bro?
I don't have a whole lot. I know there was on some podcasts, dog. I know Chael Sonnen came out on Flagrant. Have you heard that one yet or watched it?
I've heard pieces of it.
Okay, I have to. I haven't listened to the
Is
whole
it worth
thing,
to hear
but
the whole thing?
I'm not all the way through it. But so far, dog, it's pretty good. And I'm maybe like 20, 30 minutes into it. It's fucking good so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is that was dope. Um Adam Ray. Dog, you know what? Adam Ray, I don't comedian Adam Ray, right? He does the Dr. Phil impression on
Dr.
Chill
Phil
Tony.
stuff. Yeah.
And dog, I like his stupid ass characters and shit like that, but I've tried to watch his stand-up, dog, and I'm not a big fan of it.
I'm the same way, bro. Yeah.
Like it's
Dr. Phil's
crazy.
hilarious, but the like his just regular um like stand up.
And it's crazy. Like we were
I
talking
just went
about.
to Frankie. I just went to Frankie Quinones. Sorry, keep that thought, bro. Look that,
Uh-huh.
but on he did Creeper Frankie Quinones from this
Yeah,
fool. I
this
went.
fool.
He opened up for himself as himself, and then his closer his was Creeper. So as the main closer, he was Creeper. So he opened for himself by himself. Both of them were hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
His regular stand up and then his Creeper stand up. They were both freaking. Ah, dude, they were. He's fucking. I recommend people to go see him. He's
Dog,
dope.
I can't imagine how his stand-up would be as just as himself. Like
It was very good.
I
I
remember
wish he would do
seeing
more of it.
I remember seeing like a special of his years ago, dog, where he had hair. And he was like he was younger. Dog, this was probably like 5 years ago. And I remember I enjoyed it, but I don't know why I haven't like seeked out more of his comedy, you know?
He uh he had that Jorge Supera or something that has a little bit of a special on HBO.
Hmm.
He was the feature, so he had the opener, the feature. So he opened for himself. Then this Jorge guy, who's really funny. I recommend that HBO special to people.
Uh-huh.
Um, as his feature, and then he closed as Creeper, and it was top to bottom, and then even the guy in between, like the MC, very funny guy too, dude. And he did a little bit of crowd work. I forget his name, but he was funny.
Yeah. Damn. And you know what, Doug? You know what's so cool about that is that I remember you were on the fence, to
Yeah,
go that day. You were still like, I don't know, bro. Should I go? Should I not? And
yeah,
whatever. And I'm glad, dog, that you went and you had a good time because
it
that's
was a good time.
yeah. But yeah, it's crazy though, just how we were saying about Adam Ray and Jeremiah Watkins, dog. Like I love him on a lot of shit he does. Checked out his stand up. Not a big fan. It's crazy, dog. How
Well, that's another one that I'm the same way on. Yeah,
it's so weird because obviously there's something there because they make a living. It's part of their income. So I'm
yeah.
they're touring. They always have dates. So somebody out there likes it. I just enjoy this aspect of his shit, just not that. Like Adam Ray, I don't enjoy his actual stand up. The same thing with Brendan Schaub, dog. I like him on podcasts. Not a fan of a stand up. You know what I'm saying, dog? Like there's just so many people like that.
Yeah,
And it's just I think stand up is such a unique skill,
yeah.
and the people that can do that and other things I really admire. That's why I do admire like Joe Rogan or fucking like even dog. I've even checked out some Tony Hinchcliffe shit. Not a big fan of it, and I love
On the
Kill
stand
Tony.
up.
Yeah, I've
You
checked
know
out
who's
some.
like that for me? Sam Talent, dude. The Sam Talent
Yeah.
guy. Same
Hmm.
thing. It was like I don't know. His stand up was a little harsh, bro. I don't know if you watched it. It's a little like it's even another step darker than what he is on podcasts.
Oh, for real? No, I kind of
Yeah.
want to check it out. I like kind of like dark humor, so we'll
Yeah,
we'll
dark
see.
humor's good, but this guy's like, yeah,
Oh
he
yeah.
gets pretty dark.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that chick that they had on Kill Tony recently that's in a wheelchair. And dog, and I was like, her shit was cool because she came out, dog, automatically. Okay, well, let's talk about it. Because she's in a wheelchair. I was like, oh, dog, that was cool. So, and that's another thing that I mentioned on last show, and I'll say it again. That's what I love about Kill Tony is that there could be somebody you've never heard. Dog, I went to her Instagram. Shane Gillis is following her. Fucking Tony Hinchcliffe's
That's
following
crazy.
her. Dog, yeah, and she has like, if I'm not mistaken, here, let me. So I'm not talking out of fucking school and shit. Let me search her shit. Because she has, I want to say like 38,000 followers. Fiona Cowley, 65,000 followers she has, Doug. And I'm like, Doug, people like that, I'm like, that the masses don't know about, but are funny as hell. That's what I love about Kill Tony, Doug.
Yeah. There's this, but that's for everything, bro. There's like bands and singers that are probably here locally that should be heard by more people, but it's just it's kind of luck and
They need a
talent and
fucking
shit.
Kill Tony type show.
Did you see that Eric Griffin is like thinking about quitting his podcast? Do you listen to his podcast at all?
Riffing with Griffin, once in
Yeah.
a while. I don't listen to it regularly, but I'll catch it live here and there.
He's saying he's gonna stop. He's like, I'm done.
Because isn't his just he's like on Twitch and shit and talking shit as he's doing it?
Oh yeah, he gets a lot of his money from Twitch too and shit. But no, he has his own. The riffing with Griffin is like
I used to listen to it religiously. But I fell off of it, and then now it's just kind of here and there. But why did he say it's not worth it? He's not getting paid out or what?
I don't know. He just said he's kind of done. I think now that he's had his kid and shit, he wants to spend more time there too. So he doesn't get enough love. I don't think.
I don't
He
think
makes
he does
jokes
either.
that like he's like my loyal few or whatever, you know. So
Yeah, nah, and yeah, Eric Griffin's cool. I'm trying to think of who else. You know, it would be cool though, Doug. Like you made a good point because you know how I'm saying about Kill Tony.
yeah,
I would love a type of show like that, but with music. Wouldn't that be dope? They had a band come up, play maybe not even a minute of a song, play like 30 seconds of a song or some shit,
Yeah.
right? And then critique it, talk about it, whatever. That would be fucking dope. Because think about how many bands you
isn't
can
that
find
just
that
like
way.
American Idol, bro? Kind of.
Fuck no, dog. Because that shit's all like that's all pushed by like NBC and shit and ABC and all these like big networks. What makes Kill Tony? Because Doug, Last Comic Standing had a few people right that came out of it, but Kill Tony has so much more because it's less regulated, right? So like think about if you had a rapper come on America's Got Talent or whatever, and he had to be like, I'm freaking here.
clean,
Dude,
yeah.
Yeah, it would be right. But if you had a show like that where he was like, you know,
So you think rappers, singers, bands, whatever?
I don't know, maybe one for each, maybe I don't know, but I'm just saying having that YouTube or whatever, or kind of podcast format or whatever, where you're free to do it, I think is the best way to do it because you have less big networks and less of the man involved, right?
Yeah,
So that would be cool.
that sounds
For
like a
people,
tight idea. Yeah,
I think people that are like enthusiasts and shit for like music and like think about Doug, think about if like Covino could watch a show like that about rock bands. He'd be like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, they have like 90s style rock or whatever he's, you know, like, oh, that'd be kind of dope. Or any
That's Creed thing. Hey, speaking of the Creed thing, looked like he described it like he had a good time, huh? It sounded like he had a
Yeah.
good ass time.
I saw pictures and shit from it, dog, and he looked like he had a really good time. Do you have anything? I don't have a whole lot of things left.
I don't got anything else, dude. I had a couple of like just normal stuff, but I forgot it already, dog.
But you know what, dog? I think we went heavy on fighting and shit this time.
We
But it
did.
was. But hey, what do we? If you and I were kicking it at your pad, this shit we'd be talking about, right? So let's bring
Yeah.
in the gente, right? This is what they would be. Because Doug, think about it. In I don't want to say like in the Latino fucking life and shit, but we go pretty heavy on fighting. So I think that's a part of Los Pochos Hermanos, you know?
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I think anybody who is kind of growing up in like the Mexican culture, you know that fighting is like one of the things we follow the most, bro. You know.
Yeah. When you
So-
have to fight your cousins when you're little and shit, and you
Doc,
know,
how more pochos can we get? Pochos hermanos, dude, in Mexican, dude. We talked about fighting, we talked about soccer, and we talked about betting, homie.
Doug, if we talk about Tecate and fucking Modelos, it's over. Doug. But yeah, Doc, I guess fucking Los Pochos Hermanos, episode 2. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Luis, you have any parting words before we bounce?
Thank you everyone for listening. Episode 2. We'll be back soon.
We will see you guys in episode 3. Peace.
No tengo miedo a morir porque este es mi mundo. Mis hijos no estarán solos sin mí ni un segundo. Todos son de mentiras, no les doy ni un minuto. Siempre he sabido que soy yo versus este mundo. No tengo miedo a morir porque este es mi mundo. Mis hijos no estarán solos sin mí ni un segundo. Todos son de mentiras, no les doy ni un minuto. Siempre he sabido que soy yo contra este mundo.